Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video and I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Earlier this week, I posted on YouTube asking you guys if you'd be interested in seeing a video all about how I'm saving to buy a house, and 86% of you said yes, you would be interested in seeing that video. So here we are today. That is the video that I'm sharing with you guys. I'm gonna be telling you exactly how I'm saving to buy a house, what my plans are, and all of the details in between. So if you like videos like this, please give it a big thumbs up because it really supports the channel and I really appreciate it. And let's jump into the video. So the main reason why I wanted to film this video and why I wanted to share it with you all is to break down some of the mystery that comes with buying a house when you're young. I don't know about you guys, but I'm still pretty new to this process, and every time I open Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, I see another new person purchasing a house and I'm like, how did they do that? Did they save in a regular savings account? How did they get the money? Did they just approach a real estate agent and tell them that they want a house? There's so much mystery when it comes to buying a house, and maybe you have bought a house before and you know the process, but there's a lot of people here on my channel, I'm assuming, that don't know how to buy a house and that aren't familiar with the process. And if you're not familiar with things like this, it can be really intimidating, but what I really like to do on my channel is be completely open and honest with you guys and share things about my life so that hopefully it will help you in your life as well. So for those of you who don't know, I live in an apartment in Halifax, Nova Scotia with my fiance, Aaron. We met when I was going to university in Newfoundland and we've been together for 5 years now. We just got engaged in December and we've always known that we wanted to get married one day, we want to have a house and a family. And now that we're starting to get a little bit more financially stable and we are moving towards those next steps, we had a conversation about a month ago talking about our savings and if we're doing the right thing when it comes to our savings, if we have the right bank accounts, if we should start thinking about investing. Now that we are going to be getting married in the somewhat near future, we do want to start thinking about buying a house and what that's going to look like for us. So let me paint a little picture for you all and describe what our finances and our bank accounts looked like in July of 2020, right around the time where I started my debt-free journey. Basically, we had a checking account where we would put our shared money into every time we got paid. And then we also had a traditional savings account where we had around $2,000 that we wouldn't touch. So this money was for emergencies, and we were also thinking about having it as a house fund, a place where we would save our money so that one day we would have enough for a down payment for a house. So as I started my debt-free journey and I got really focused on paying off debt, I kind of forgot about that savings account and that $2,000 that was sitting there. I knew I didn't want to put it towards my debt because I did like having that amount of money in savings, but I didn't put any extra effort into adding money to that savings account because I wanted any extra money that I got to go towards my debt. So for those of you who have been following my debt-free journey here on my channel, you'll know that I have been making pretty good progress and I'm hoping to have my debt paid off relatively soon in the next 6 months or so. Because my debt-free journey is going so well and we're both getting really anxious to have a house of our own, we decided that while we're finishing paying off our debt, we would also start putting more money away towards a down payment for a house. So we had that $2,000 just sitting in a regular savings account within our bank account, and I'm not somebody who's super familiar with investing. I don't know a lot about it, but it's something that I want to learn more about. But I had heard about bank accounts that would invest the money that you put into them so that you get more money back in return. So I was really interested in this for the account that we were using as a down payment for a house because I knew we were going to have a significant amount of money just sitting in that account. And it's always better to be making money on your money that you have in the bank. Why not, right? So I knew we wanted to switch up our accounts. We wanted to move this $2,000 from a regular savings account to a bank account where we could invest this money and make more in return. So I had no idea where to start, and I get intimidated when I feel like I should know something, but I don't. So I wanted to go to the bank and ask questions, but I didn't want them to think that I was stupid for not knowing about investment accounts. But I built up the courage. Aaron and I went into our local bank and we asked to see a financial advisor, and we got the sweetest woman ever. She broke everything down very simple for us. She wasn't judgmental, or I didn't feel like she was irritated at us that we didn't know anything about investment accounts. She helped us plan out our retirement, and she asked how much money we would feel comfortable putting into our savings account every month, the one that we're using to save up for a house. And it was a really great experience. So what we ended up doing while we were working with our financial advisor was moving that $2,000 that we had in a regular savings account over to a tax-free savings account. So what this is going to do for us is it's going to take that $2,000 and invest it into the stock market. So we're actually going to be making money in return off of this $2,000 that that we originally put in. And the good thing about a tax-free savings account in Canada is that any money that you make off of this initial money that you put into the account, so the money that you're making from the stock market, you don't have to pay taxes on it, which is really awesome because you're making money on your money that is completely tax-free. You don't have to pay taxes on it. So in about 3 years' time, when Aaron and I are ready to purchase a house, I'll be 29, so I'll still be in my 20s. We want to have about $20,000 in that tax-free savings account that we can put towards a down payment. So what our financial advisor helped us do was come up with an amount that we want to have eventually for a down payment, and then divide that number by the number of years that we're hoping to save for. So we want to save for 3 years, and we want to put money into this tax-free savings account bi-weekly. So just by doing some simple math, we learned that we need to put $250 into this account bi-weekly so that at the end of 3 years' time, we'll have $20,000 for a down payment. We decided to put $250 bi-weekly in this account because that's what we felt comfortable with, but hopefully as time goes on and as our income increases, we'll be able to put even more money in this account, and then maybe we'll be able to reach the $20,000 mark even before our 3-year timeline. So as of right now, the house that I envision for Aaron and I is something outside of the city where it's quiet, nice to raise a family, and somewhere where I can have a nice big garden. I want to have like a beautiful backyard with a bunch of flowers and plants, fruits and vegetables, and a nice big deck where we can go out and have coffee in the summertime, maybe even have like a hot tub or a swimming pool. So there's a few things that I want to focus on that will help us save as much money as possible for a house. One of those being increasing our income. And if you've been watching my debt-free journey, I always go through how much income Aaron and I were able to make in general terms every month. And it's really great that our income has increased every single month. Aaron has been working a lot of long hours at work. My Etsy shop has been doing really well. And I've been making more videos for my YouTube channel, which also helps our revenue. So I feel like if we keep focusing on and putting energy into growing our income, that will help us reach that $20,000 mark a lot sooner as well. That being said, one of my main priorities is still paying off our debt. So we have around $11,000 left to go until we're debt free. And that was one of my main goals. Before we bought a house, I wanted to be completely debt free. I only want to have a mortgage. I don't want to have any student loans or car payments. So I know by the time we have a house, our debt will be completely paid off because like I said, I'm anticipating to have that debt gone within about 6 months or so. Another good thing about having our debt paid off is that we'll be able to put even more money into our house savings. All of that money that I'm putting towards my debt every month will be able to go towards our house. So that's another reason why I feel like we'll probably have that $20,000 even before our 3-year timeline. Although we're expecting our incomes to increase over the next couple of years, I still want to focus on living simple and living below our means because it's very common for people to spend more money when they make more money. And then when you're doing that, you might as well just be living the same way that you were before. I don't want that to happen to us. I still want us to live a very simple life so that we can do as much with that extra money as possible. So maybe once my debt-free journey is done on my channel, I can do a house saving journey or buying my first house journey, something like that. But that is it for today's video. I really hope you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and also hit the red subscribe button. Down below, I have my Etsy shop, my Instagram page, my Facebook page, all of that stuff, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!